replacing House District 35 Representative Kendell Kroeker. As you saw in the narrative that I handed out to you on Saturday, there will be a 3-minute for you to tell us about your interest in this position and tell us about yourself. And a series of 5 questions and 2 minutes to respond to each of those questions and a 2-minute closing statement. So let's begin with your opening statement.
Well, I thank you for this opportunity. It's sort of a strange experience looking at you gentlemen here, because I've sat over here before, and I think everybody here basically knows about me. Public service I've done. I did 10 years on the city council, 2 years as mayor. I've been on the Wyoming Highway Commission. I've served as a commissioner and a chairman. So there are no secrets about me. I'm doing this. I ran for that position, I think, several election cycles ago against Mr. Kroeker, and I didn't make it. And that's the way it is. And that's my district, and I would like to try it again. I think if you gave me the opportunity to go down there, I would do you a good job. I do my homework, and I get along well with people as far as getting stuff done, willing to compromise. I'd like to make decisions, and I make decisions based on the facts. I've been reading a lot of the information, everything that I've been able to get done with the legislature, the K through 12 report on the schools. I read the thing on the prison. I can't remember how many of these things I've read. I read the Great Consensus report, and apparently we have some problems down there. And there's not a lot of money. Same thing that the county is going through now, lack of money. If I were to go down there, I would do whatever I could to get more monies for the cities and the counties. But it looks like we're going to spend a lot of time, if I were lucky enough to make it, working on issues like where we're going to get the money from, rainy day account, where. So, that's it. I think everybody knows me, so let's get on with the questions, please.
Okay. With the new Trump administration, what do you see as the opportunities as a legislator to advance the interests of Wyoming, and how would you go about that?
That's an excellent question. I wish I could answer that. One of the big questions we have for the legislature is going to be this Medicare, Medicaid expansion, and because of the Trump administration coming in and their feelings on that issue right now, I don't think that's going to go anywhere, so I don't think we have to worry about it. Some of these issues like getting state ownership of the federal lands or control of them, I have mixed feelings on that. I don't know how that's going to come up. Half of our population wants it, and the other half doesn't want it. I look at it as I guess I should say as a politician, that what would we do with those lands if we got them? How would we operate them? Are they going to give us the mineral rights to go along with them? These kind of questions I can't answer. I think there's a big question mark on what's going to happen with President-elect Trump when he gets in there. So I think we're just all going to have to see what his priorities are and how we can go after him. I hope he doesn't continue the war on coal and opens up some of our oil and gas exploration so we can get back to business on the stuff that makes money for the state of Wyoming.
Okay. Thank you. The Wyoming Business Council and State Loan and Investment Board has been criticized for picking winners and losers. Do you agree with that assessment? Why or why not?
Well, since I was involved in CADA when I was on the council and stuff like that, it's, excuse my language, crapshoot. You don't know. People come in with brilliant ideas. They ask for money, they ask for tax breaks, and you never know. But I think we still have to encourage people to come to Wyoming. We have such a problem with our climate. Not a lot of big companies want to locate here. I don't know what you can do about that. And so I encourage people to come. If we can do stuff for them, whether it be tax breaks or money, but we're sort of short of money. And I don't know that we want to do a lot of it to bring people here. So.
Okay, thank you. In the last session of the legislature, the $105 million over-the-cap dollars for cities, towns, and counties was much debated. Please tell us your position on this funding and how you believe it should be addressed in future sessions.
Well, that's also going to depend on where we can find the money. I think they should give it to the cities and counties as they need it, and possibly more. But again, where are we going to get the money from? I could go down and argue that we need the money from the cities and the counties. They're going to sit there, other people are going to argue why you need it from the schools. We've got too many priorities and not enough money. But if I were there, I would fight to get the money to come back to the cities and the counties, and possibly more if they could. If they think about raising sales tax, I would like to see what the cities and counties are going to get out of that if they do it. So any future taxing, that's going to be my part to see what everybody's going to get out, not just the state of Wyoming's budget. Thank you.
Thank you. A significant shortfall has been identified by the state for the upcoming fiscal year 2018. What are your thoughts on how this should be addressed, and how would you go about bringing this to fruition?
Well, I think it's time for the talk about the rainy day account. To me, that seems to be like one of our only sources of money that we have available to do any of this stuff. And there's not enough in there to do that. So we're going to have to be talking about cutting some budgets, continue cutting budgets. The health department's going to get cut quite a bit. And I'm on the Central Wyoming Counseling Center board, and I see what they're going to do to mental health. I also sit up in the office and look at the Title 25 numbers as they come in, and people coming into this county from all over the state needing mental health facilities to help them out. And we don't have it, but we got to pay for it. So I guess I cannot give you an answer because I don't know where the money's going to come from. And I think that's going to be a debate to end all debates once you get down there.
Okay, thank you. The Wyoming Association of Municipalities has taken positions on several potential revenue-raising streams for this legislative session to consider. Please briefly tell us your position on these suggestions.
Again, their suggestions and what they want are going to depend on what monies are available. If there are no monies available, they can take all the suggestions in the world. And I don't think the state is ready for a bunch of taxes. I don't think income taxes are answering our questions. Possibility of a sales tax. But then again, how are they going to operate it? Are they going to talk about taking the food out of the back on the sales tax to raise more money? So these are all issues that I wish, and I keep saying it, but I don't know until you get down there what the possibilities are going to be for getting the cities and the counties more money. And I hope it's available because we need it just as much as anybody else.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Vice President-elect Mike Pence is pro-life candidate and has made the statement that he would like to see Roe versus Wade be passed to the dunghill of history. I believe if that happens, that issue would come back to the states. If it were to come back to Wyoming, how would you respond?
Well, I'm pro-life. Let's get that out of the way right away. And but to bring that whole issue up again in this legislative budget session, I think it's going to be a non-starter. And then when the funding gets back to state legislature, that's going to be an interesting proposition. But if I could do it, I would look at something we could do to protect them unborn.
Okay, thank you. And now for your 2-minute closing.
Well, again, it's pretty hard for me to sit up there and blow my own horn because I sat on that side of the table. I think you all know me. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I get it done. I can be dependable. Get whatever I can for the cities and counties and represent my district. I'm not much to lie to people. I make decisions as best I can based on the information and willing to work with just about anybody to get something done. But I don't plan to go, if I were selected, to sit in the corner and bring up stuff that doesn't need to be talked about. I'm not a big proponent of some of these social issues, at least at this stage of the game, because I think we have more important things to do to resolve our budget problems. So I would be on, to me, all business. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And if you would be prepared to take a seat in the audience, do we have a room back here that we can use that's heated?
That's heated.